Alright, we're back with some more Satisfactory. What I did was I let this just run today just to gather some resources. What else did I do? I did I think I did another milestone just so I could get the tier 2 belts, so I could actually utilize that other limestone node up the hill, so I could have a decent amount of concrete coming in, since we are going to need a lot of that. So, and while I let this run, I went and saw my mom. I wish her a happy Mother's Day, and I ran through all of my biomass that I have going on over there. So I have everything I need right here for the space elevator. Okay. But to make the part for the space elevator, I need rotors and reinforced plates. I have reinforced plates being made there, but I don't know if I want to try to split a whole bunch of stuff here to make the rotors, because the rotors need let's see the rotors need 40 per minute. That's what those take to make, but 5 and 25, and it makes 4 per minute, so it needs 20 rods and 100 screws. How much does it take to make 1 to 4? So that means I would need... Why is my brain not working? Need 100. These are making them for me now. 10 makes 40, so I would need 25. 25 would be... almost 2 of these, not quite. Maybe I should attempt to get one more milestone so I can underclock some of those. Let's see, do I have... oh, I've got one in here on me. What is the milestone for this? I need one overclocking core. Oh, I can do that. Okay. All right, perfect. So now I can actually research this. Now I can at least manually underclock them. Or underclock at least one.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed.
That also means that I
Underclocking is
can
also
underclock
possible.
them, yeah. Okay.
Note, power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
It's almost better to underclock and have more machines, because the power scaling is kind of crazy. It can get kind of crazy in this game. But then again, resources are unlimited. Therefore, eventually... what? Oh, there's another one up there. Yeah, resources, which means your power is unlimited as well. But right now it is not. So I did find 2 other iron nodes up here. I pinged them earlier right there. I could use those to make the rotors, or at least one of them. No, I'd need both. Oh, it depends on what it is, actually. We should go check it out, find out what they actually are. And I do also have my chainsaw on me, so I can gather some other resources while I'm out and about. They do need more wood. There's no doubt about that one. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn on my cam down here in the corner. Hopefully that's looking good. All right. I don't want to cut that. Can cut this though. Alright, looks like we have some wildlife and two of them right next to each other. That's nice. Which means I could bring those over here closer to the edge. Come on. No, my man. Where did you leave your carcass? Was it back here? There we go. All right, so we've got this, which is impure. Ooh. 2 impure, which means each one's only going to be putting out 30. Which isn't terrible. Okay, let's do this. Let's actually just get these there, and then 'cause I am gonna need I may have to underclock the ones that make the rotors slightly. Okay, let's get one of these. Of course, I don't have any rods, but now I do have. I don't have any rods. Okay. Bad on me. I do have concrete though, so I am going to zoom this down just so I have a quick way back up again. Just go ahead and get this real quick. I'm actually going to use a piece of paper to write something down on. Okay, so 30 and 30. That'll end up being 60, and rods are made at 15 into 15, I believe. Should be done just a second. I can see. Yeah, let's look at that again. Yeah, 1 to 1. So, and these are made 1 to 4, and they make 40 at a time. So it's 10. 10 to make 40. I need 100. I need 25. So I could underclock 1 so that it outputs 25 to a smelter. And then underclock 2 constructors to be 12. No, because that wouldn't work. Okay, let me actually do something here. Production. Constructor. Alright. so if I did screws, 10 per minute. We actually need this to be right, and that's going to be 8.3. What if I actually did, 'cause that would be 3 of them. So I don't really want to it would be a lot easier if I could actually just overclock 2 of them to make 50 each, and then that would be 12.5. I actually did it down to 4 of them. That'd be 6.25 per of this. Per minute, that would be 25. 6.25, yeah. Into 4 of these. Okay, yeah, we could do that. So that would give us the 100 screws we need. And essentially that's 25 off of 1. So we want to down clock miner to be 25 instead of 30. Then we want we still just need one smelter. Smelter doing 25. And then that is going to be split into 4s. Okay. Into 4 constructors. All right. Then we need the rods. And how many rods does it need? That's 4 per minute, needs 20. There is a lot extra there, isn't there? I could just downclock that single one too. Then downclock 2. It's 1 smelter. And then 2 constructors. At 10 each. Then all those are going to go into an assembler. Okay. So that means in total we need 2 miners. Okay, let's do this in here. Okay, we need 2 miners, 2 smelters. Let's edit this list. We don't need space elevator. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1 assembler. There we go. This will give us the rotors we need to go ahead and make the part for the space elevator. All right. So what am I short? 2 miners and 12 plates. Okay. We can definitely do that. Like I said, I was making plates over here before I ran completely out of power. I'm just going to grab 100, put that back. And then I still need 2 portable miners. All right. I'm going to come back over here. make some of this into biomass and solid biomass. And then I'll grab, see, I've got that and that. I have so many screws on me. Is that for the elevator? No, can't be. Nope, it's not. I'm gonna go put the screws back. Don't need them right now. The rods, and this is the there we go. That back. All right. So now let's go ahead and make 2 miners. So we can go ahead and get those two portable miners, so we can get the 2 miners up, and then I also need to get the biomass back online. So the miners we made in here. Okay. Now we have everything that we need over there on that side, right? Yeah. It certainly looks like. Okay, now let's make the put this in here. Let's do that. Throw that away. Anything else? That and that in. Okay. Let's go ahead and start that. All right. Now the question is, do I want to do all this up on the hill and then just bring the final product down? Yeah. Because right below that is where I'm going to temporarily put the space elevator. Yeah, I think I want to do that, so. This is so much better than it used to be. You used to have to actually hold down the mouse, the space button, the space bar, to make it do this auto crafting. And something else I just found out earlier, I'm sure if you guys have played the 1.0 update, you know, is that you can actually do the conveyor belts, the vertical ones. You can actually go directly from 2 splitter or conveyors directly stacked on top of each other. You used to have to do at least 3 high to do that before, but now you can put them directly on top and it just squishes down to exactly fit 2 of those splitters or mergers directly on top of each other. Crazy awesome for being able to make compact builds. Really good. So and that'll also translate over to moving them close enough to assemblers or the steel foundries, I think is what they're called, where you make steel in, where you have at least 2 inputs, or on a what's the biggest one, the 4 input one that assembles. You would have staggered every other one high and the other 2 low. You can now do that and not have to have it way up in the air like you used to. You can just have it be just 1 step up from the belts going underneath, and it makes it feel a lot more compact, a lot easier. To fill up all of my biomass burners. I desperately need to learn. So I've never really learned how to properly segregate off power. My power into different areas so that they're easy to turn on or off for troubleshooting, etc. I've never really done that very well. I just always make more than enough power and just shove it into one big thing, and then if something doesn't work, when I build factories, I try to have it one input into the building, so at least I know, if I cut that one off, then the power to that whole factory is going to be out. That is one thing I've learned. I've learned not to have multiple inputs for power into a building. But other than that, segregating off power grids into different areas, I've never really gotten too in-depth into it, and I never really learned the best way to actually do it either. So that's something else I want to try to do here in how do I have one there I can make? I can't. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. And then I still have this I have to make too. Where can I put that? I really honestly need tier 2 miners, and then I can do all of this in one area with just the ones I have now. So that would make my 3 normal modes go from 60 up to 120. I do have the tier 2 belts now for one that can hold 120 as well. But this I think needs reinforced plates and rotors. I believe it does. I do need to go out into the world as well and get some hard drives so I can scan those. This is the worst part about biofuel right now. It's honestly the time it takes just to make it. I technically could go through, hook up one constructor, throw all these in it, then have it split out amongst all the other ones. Except this isn't enough to actually fill everything up. So it's just gonna front load the ones first in line, and only half of them, and then it's still gonna break the power grid when the first ones to get it, even if I split it right in the middle, the first 4 instead of the 6 will get front loaded with everything, and then the other ones won't have enough, and then it'll still end up crashing because there's not enough total power. So I do need to go get some more biomass here so I can make, if I can throw a stack of these in there into every one of them. I do have 6, that would be 1,200 of these, and I know I didn't start out with that much. I'm already at 4, almost 5, and that says it's got 400 left. So yeah, I probably need about another stack and a half of solid to go ahead and make this work. But I also really want to just set up everything up top as well. So I will do that right after this and leave all this down here, except for a little bit that'll carry on me for my chainsaw. And then go up and set everything up top. How far away am I from that, I wonder? I'll have to look. Figure that out. This is so slow. Okay, I am going to, oh dude, you're just gonna get stuck in here. Let's see. What? No, really? No, yeah, this is broken, so I definitely don't want these being wasted. Okay, let's do this one. See, that's what happened here. It got distributed unevenly, and these front 2 didn't get enough, and that's what caused the whole thing to crash. Alright, so if I get one of these, and I just temporarily set that up like right here. Then I need a constructor. Actually, I need a storage unit first and foremost. Let's see. Because this would be something I throw in. the raw, and then I can have let's hope that actually will go. Wow, that's terrible. That definitely snapped to the wrong thing. All right, here we go. Hey, how you doing? It's going all right. How did I get the name Fatness originally? The original character I named Fatness was actually the one I played in WoW after Jake was born. It was my druid, and he was a Tauren, obviously, because this was back in vanilla. And he was just a big old fat cow, so I just named him Fatness. The other name, Cholas, is actually one that was created by the random WoW name generator, and I just liked it when I originally named my warlock, and I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool, and so I just kept it, and I've used it ever since. But yeah, Fatness is just, he was a big fat cow, so I just figured why not. And then yeah, Jake stole that name from me. So, but yeah, it's that's the name of my original druid. I still have that druid on my retail account, same name and everything. So yeah. The name or the stealing the name fits him well. Which one? I want to make solid. I just want to hook that directly up, just so I can go do the other part of the factory. It's honestly like you just named your old WoW character. Yeah. And put all this crap in here so I can actually go somewhere. Then I'll put... how much do I want to put in here? Shouldn't need that many, but let's put this much in there. There we go. He's just my real life character. He is my son. I'll say that. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that one. I still have everything I need. Yes. Okay. He actually has something he is checking up on and should be working towards starting here in the next week. So actually, yes. Well, yeah, he still plays well, but yeah, no, he actually has something he's going to be helping somebody he knows do some things, and yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I'm just pretty excited for him to actually, you know, find something he wants to do finally. You know, because it's hard to find what you want to do if you're not out there trying different things, you know. So I'm more interested in him finding those things and trying those things just so he can figure out what he wants, what he's gonna enjoy doing. So it is, yeah, it is a good start. It is a good start for him. So I'm excited about that for him, mostly, honestly. So I was saying earlier, I've never done an actual proper power grid in this game, in the sense that learned how to partition off certain grids for troubleshooting if anything goes wrong. So that's something I'm going to try to do with this particular playthrough is utilize and learn how to properly section off parts of the world, factories, things like that, for power purposes. So I know, so it's easy to actually shut things off, and so I can actually have power router back to a central place where I could flip switches to turn off certain parts of my world or bigger factories when we get to that point, just in case, you know, that ever needs to be done for whatever reason, because there are times you need to bring down power to do other things in the world. Yeah, I've got the platforms now, and I think I'm going to start using. That's why I brought a lot of that limestone down from a far up node up there to make a lot more. And I know the most important thing is with your foundations. I've learned this by holding control. It actually snaps it to what's called the world grid, which means you can do this at any place in the world and it'll snap to the same type of grid point. Now it won't snap to the same grid point up and down like this, but it will like left and right and how it's set. So like, because I can set this any way I want, right? But like that's not on the world grid. Like this is actually on the world grid right here. It's snapped to the world grid. So one good thing about doing it this way is that you can build anything you want anywhere you want on a world grid, and it will actually line up when you try to connect those areas via belts or trains or vehicles, you know, roads, you know, anything like that. It'll all match up with foundations, so things aren't out of whack. You don't have to tear things down and rebuild them. I put this here just so I could get up, but now I'm going to tear this down and actually put something down here so I can get down. So I can just run down and up. So I am going to actually use that up here because I want to do all of my rotors up here. Yeah. I found that out. That came in. I think that was one of the newer things on one of the last updates I took playing this. I have played it before Wolf, but I have not played it for a long time. I think since update 6, maybe even 5, and so much has changed. And even when I played then, I didn't actually progress very far. I played a lot very early with the early access of the game, but I found myself just with each new update, I'm like, man, you know, that's just so much better. This is so much better. I can't wait for them to get to a point where it's going to make a lot of things easier, like where they added the build modes and things like that, and being able to, you know, get rid of more than one thing at a time, you know, things like that. And so I just kept pushing it off and off and off, and finally it's got back to 1.0, and I've been wanting to come back and revisit it, and I figured I'm just going to start doing it and just playing it and playing through the 1.0 update, because I know even more things changed from, I think it was update 8 even, to 1.0. So I'm super excited. There's a lot of things like I'm finding all the time that as I'm going through this that just weren't there when I played last. Like I was doing something over there with stuff, and really, how high can you go? I wonder. Because I know, yeah, it used to be that you couldn't do it very high. I know in some of these nodes too, like if you're building across a certain area, sometimes they can get kind of higher and lower. So you want to put it high enough, but okay, I wonder. Let's see about this. So I'm gonna want to go at least maybe that far. Bring that over. Let's just see what this does. Does that properly cover both the nodes, or is it? Hopefully that's not too tall too. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, that's awesome. That snaps really nice. It's actually level 2. This would give me enough room to bring that out. What about this next one? How close is that going to be? Okay, that's way far back. So I may want to put, yeah, one more row, maybe to like right there. There we go. Okay. I did have something figured out for what I wanted to do. So I just wanted to do, because these are both impure, so they're only putting out 30 anyways. And I was going to, I just want to do the rotors up here. So I was thinking of underclocking this one to do, one of them to do 25 and the other to do 20 instead of 30. Is that the 25 will be my rods to make screws, and then the 20 I was going to use to have to just make the rods itself. Yeah, that is on the downside. That is on downside to the foundations on nodes. It's easy to forget where they are. Yeah, exactly. But luckily, as long as, like you said, as long as you're not too high, it should snap. But yeah, that can definitely happen if you don't fill it in other places as well. It's going to make it kind of weird, like that one was, where it was off center a bit as well, where I had to go ahead and put in this back row. Let's see. Let's see. One of them is going to have 4. I'm doing it with 4 constructors underclocked. So I need room for 4 of them with 1. Maybe if I do that one here, I can spread out a little bit this way. Let's see if that'll give me enough room. So I need to start doing the space elevator. Honestly, I really want tier 2 miners, and I know I can't get that until I at least, of course, I don't know anymore. Have you played the 1.0 update, Wolf? Because honestly, as soon as I looked in the milestones, like, stuff has moved around a ton, and I'm not even sure what milestone now tier 2 miners are in, because like the map now was like in, I think, tier 2 that I got really early, and it used to be a lot farther down the line. The calculator, the thing I know about is, and I just hit this on accident today, literally earlier, was this. This is you can also use this as a calculator, right? No, go right ahead. Like, this is one of those ones where, like, yeah, backseating is totally, no spoilers, is on there still by accident for my Oblivion playthrough, because I've never played it, and I still haven't finished. I'm gonna continue on during the week, but no, because I didn't even know about this. But is this just a search and not necessarily a calculator? Okay, so yeah, I was doing 6.25, so each one's going to be making, we're getting 6.25 times 4 is 25. Okay, and that's how many we need. 5. So I need to be making that many, because the recipe is 20. It comes out as 20, doesn't it, or 25? No, it comes out at 40 by default, but if I downclock it, downclock this to be 25. There we go. It receives, perfect. Okay, receives 6.25. Okay. I can put that back up to 100. Okay, so that's what I was going to do up there, because in this, yeah, it does. Yeah, 2 + 2 = 5. In this, yeah, this is 20 and it needs 100. So that was going to be my 100 screws, and 20 of those is where I was going to do, because the rods are made 1-to-1. So that's where I was going to underclock 2 constructors to each make 10, and then combine them together to go into an assembler up there. So I was actually basically using one miner for the rods and another miner just to make the screws. I've already got the tier 2 belts as well. A bit of buffering, that sucks. No, actually, let me check my setting for the Twitch delay. I shouldn't have that big of a Twitch delay on, to be honest. Really? So how do you use that then, Wolf? How do you use that? So back in the day when the online calculator first came out, I used that a little bit. Oh, okay, that's no problem. Where did I come down here for? Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the milestones real quick. I can't see them yet because that's not done, but where are they? Got to be in here somewhere. Maybe here or here. I gotta complete the elevator. I'm not sure where the tier 2 is though. Phase 4. Phase 1. I've never seen a point to these, honestly. I really do want the tier 2 miners though. So let me look at, it is plate. Yeah, the smart plating. It makes 2, so I need 2 and 2. Okay. And this actually comes out making 4. So I can't store half of them. I first figure out what my end product is going to be and how many per minute. It shows you what machines and what resources it needs. And pull off from each resource to find its machine and resources and so on. Really? You can group them into a factory so you don't have stuff everywhere. Oh, okay. That is really cool. Okay, okay. All right. And is that in the game, or is that something that you do through a different site? And sloops, yeah, that's a whole other thing too. Yeah, because you can do sloops in machines to give you added production. So it will create more with sloops. Okay, free app on Steam. Okay, okay. That is actually really cool. do want this to come over, and then I need it to go into... Let me do this right here real quick, first and foremost. This also needs to be... This one's going to be the 25, so let's do this first. Well, that's real close, isn't it? Wow, that's kind of way too close. Is that even going to work? Oh, it will. Excellent. Okay, so that is coming in. That's giving me my 25. Now, this is where it's going to break off into 4. So, how do I want to do that? Oh, the golden nut. Yeah, I started on Epic too. I don't think as early as you though. I wonder if I can actually see when I bought it. I don't know if Epic even shows something like that, to be honest. I am curious when I actually bought it though. So I was saying, between all the versions, I probably, between early access and the release one, the stable, early access and stable, I think I have around 1600 hours, which isn't a lot by a lot of Satisfactory streamer standards, trust me, I know. Let me see. Let's see if it actually says anything in here. I don't know if it actually will tell you anything though, but I think they did some reset of achievements on this too. Maybe I should stop looking at this and just play. Oh, the dedicated server. I don't know if it even says. Oh, I'm sure your full playthrough world is huge. I think I said the farthest I ever got on any playthrough was when I was able to automate aluminum, and that was it. And I've only done that once. I've never even come close to that, you know, with any playthrough before or since that point. I would get to steel and then start to work on quartz, and then I would end up stopping because of one thing or another. So yeah, there's just, it can take so long. And so you have a ton of hours in this too, right? So what, because I haven't done one for a while, but what is your point of view on mega factories or self-contained smaller factories that make one thing and then ship them to maybe a central location or a central assembly location? Like one area that just does like your rotors, or one that actually makes all the way up to crystal oscillators or something like that. Like one factory just does that and then ships out that product, as opposed to having all your iron come into one place. See, you get way farther than I do, but like before you get burned out, you get way farther. Like I get to a point where I'm like, holy crap, like there's so much that goes into this. The downline is so huge. It just becomes like crazy, thinking, okay, you know what? I actually need to ramp this up and this up and this up just to meet this elevator requirement. and then you're like, wow, and there's no more resources here. I'm gonna have to go clear over here to get that, and then you start thinking about all the logistics of how you're gonna get that all the way over here, and it starts to become overwhelming. But yeah, like the farthest I ever made it on any one of them was when I started in the actual desert. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do like mega factories for each kind of raw resource and then ship those products where they need to go. Like ship as much iron into one or two locations, ship as much copper into one or two locations, etc. Mostly do remote factories, but I plan to try main bus style to see how that works out for me. I'm not sure I can think that way. I tried that once in a playthrough I started up in the forest area, the one that's really vertical, and the problem I ran into was it wasn't, well, getting everything in there and then, you know, running stuff off. It kind of depends where. I think as you get, it can be very space consuming. It was for me. Just being able to, just knowing where to ship them and then using that area. So like if I need, the bus area itself can be, well, in Satisfactory standards, relatively compact, but as you pull stuff off, where you ship those and what they're being used for, or maybe not even ship, but if you're building in one giant area, that can become very large and sprawling over a lot amount of space. That's the issue I ran into, and with that vertical area, I was on the area where it had some quartz next to a cliff that went down into an area right off of that forest. So it was I loved the idea, but yeah, it takes some getting used to getting everything on the belts, because then you have to have multiple belts for multiple products because your top speed belt may not match how much you can make of a product. It's like I had computers and supercomputers. Oh my gosh, supercomputers in one area. A drone went out, quick wire made near the base, and picked up the computers and brought them back. Okay, yeah, okay. And I've never used drones either. There's so much in this in Satisfactory period I haven't used because I haven't made it that far. Which is what I want to do, because I want to experience all of those things, like truly utilizing trains to the best of my ability, like really utilizing trains, drones. I want to get to nuclear power. I've never been there. I haven't even used the geothermal stuff either in any of my playthroughs. I think the most I ever made it to was just fuel gens, not turbo or rocket fuel, any of that stuff. Oh no, you're fine. I get you. I understand. That's no problem. So like, yeah, there's so much that I want to get to in this playthrough, and I always run into this thing where I overbuild and overplan too early, and then I hate having to tear it all down, which is why I haven't wanted to, like, none of that over there is on foundations except for my biomass burners. So because I'm like, you know what, if it's on the ground, I feel less bad about ripping it all up and having to redo all the foundations and any type of building I put around it. So like I hate having to do that, but like you get to a point where you progress to a certain level and like things need to be on foundations and segregated to some point, so you can kind of easily figure out where things are, how to get things out, how to get more resources in if it's something that's building a product that requires more than one input of the same raw resource. Like if you need something that requires wire, or cable and something that's made by iron, you got to figure out how to get that into the assembly area, and you need space for all that type of stuff. So yeah, I've in a desert build, I did do a whole like one I think it was pure node I used just to make rotors, and I did it as a very small, I think it was a 5x5 footprint, and it went up like 4 or 5 levels, and I kind of like that, just the challenge of using that, you know, only using the resources in that on that particular node. Obviously that won't scale well, but like, so maybe doing dedicated areas just to build certain things and then putting them where they need to go as well. Yeah, mostly I just do big platforms with maybe other floors. Yeah. I've done one building that I was happiest with, but later thought of a better way. Exactly. Exactly, and that's the only time I put things up in an area was, you know, in which area is it? When you go up into this area over here, yeah, up this hill, there's an area where you get up to this cliff area, and there you look down, there's huge pool of water down there. And that's where you can also get some extra coal, is up there just a little ways further up from that. The only time I built like a building I was happy with and actually built it out completely and never changed it was when I put a coal power plant in that area. And I built it out to fill out basically that entire water area. So I did a huge platform that filled all that out, left enough space underneath for all of my water pumps and everything like that. So I could expand coal if I needed to. And then I built a big building all around it. And I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, like you, I get to a point where I'm like, you know what? This needs to put out more. That's where my coal gens are when starting where you are. Oh, okay. Like where I'm at now, or in this biome. Because I usually end up doing, it's hard to get water, but I end up shipping or pulling over the water that's, I think it's over there. Do I have my map? Oh, I do. I think it's over this area. Yeah, because there's the big arch. I think it's over there where you have to go over that one. Yeah, a motor, yeah. Where, like, that's where I usually pull it from, and I usually try to pull it over here if I'm in this biome. And then I try to use the water up there, but it's hard to use that water. There's just not enough of it. Yeah. And where was I running? I think I started over here, actually. And I'm like, no, I don't want to start over there. I want to start with these nodes. And I found a pool somewhere here in the middle that I don't think I'd ever seen before. Somewhere around here. That I could actually use to supplement the water up there for my coal power too. Because I don't think there's anything really over there, well, water-wise, is there? I don't think so. I don't really think there is. Look at me getting all distracted again. What else is new? Oh, that's a normal one. That's nice. Yeah, where was that one I saw? That pool of water. I think it was maybe right over there. But there is... I think it is... It is over there somewhere. Oh, 2 of them. Great. Why am I putting that stuff down, hitting wrong buttons? Hey, come on. Where'd you go? Where'd the other one go? I know he's here somewhere. Oh no, Will comes in and he comes in and he comes in, drops in, stays, and he's still here if he hasn't gone to bed. Where did this other dude go? Oh, there he is. No, no, no. You need to go, buddy. There we go. There we go. No more, right? Okay. Yeah, over there. Yeah. I don't think there's any water over here, though, is there? Like, that you can, well, actually. That's actually where I'm looking, though. Yeah, there's no water close. I think this water is where I originally spawned, was around here. And that, yeah, that might be the, yeah, that's the other one that we were talking about that I built the huge power plant on. That's just not a lot of water, and neither is that, really, but no. See, I don't know how many of those we can actually fit in there. That's the thing. How many water pumps you can fit in that one in the middle, that one I found. That's the one of the worst things about this area is there's no real close water. That's one of the worst things about it, but yeah, I need to get that up and running so I can actually I need some, I can just get wood here on the ground too. Let's do this. Get a bunch of it. There we go. Because I still need to refill my biomass burners back there. Yeah, let me go back. I will say I do love what they've done with Ada. Looks like my bitrate is taking a crap right now. Let me check something. This is a lot earlier. See if this is my internet or actually Twitch. It says it's unstable, but let's see. No, my home internet looks decent. Okay. Get back up here, finish doing that, getting at least those built. So I need to split that out into 4s. Okay, there we go. All right, so these coming out need to go into 4s. And then go down. So let's do, oh, I don't like, I'd rather bring this over than build any more out that way. I may end up getting rid of some of these. I don't want to get rid of that one. Right, there is a button to filter this too. I know there is. Yeah, Ada is snarky. She is sassy, I'll tell you what. And it's hilarious. I love what they've done with her, honestly. Super funny. Oh, really? Oh, see, I didn't play this last Christmas when they did it. Probably talked about how we shouldn't be wasting time celebrating Fixmas. It's a waste of Fix-It resources and time. I can just see it now. G. Oh, yeah, when you're doing this, right? You hit G. Oh. Oh, yeah, because then you can go like this and it won't do anything else but that. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought there was something like that. That's awesome. That is good stuff. Actually, maybe I do need just this one. We're only about back to that. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's split this immediately. And then we can go back out into, let's see, we need 4 constructors. So I do it like this, I do it so it can actually, and you can do H for this, right? Okay, good. Okay. And then you can nudge it like this. That's really cool. I like that a lot. It's really nice. That is two. Oh, and controls and micro nudge. Okay. Okay. Let's try that. That does not match up. So that's the problem with micro nudging, isn't it? It might be that loud. My mic is kind of close to it. I put filters on it, but oh, I was actually hitting it kind of loud. I was like going, is that kind of loud? Yeah, instead of just like this. I was. Just because I'm used to beating on the stupid thing. Let's do. Let's do this one here, right next to it. And this, there's a straight mode. Okay. E, right? Yeah, E to switch mode. When I saw them like use this for the first time, okay, yeah, I hate that though. Oh, okay, wait, no, there we go. Oh, that is so nice. Oh, having to do that manually all the time was torturous. Like, I'd always get it slightly wrong. I'd get it slightly wrong about half the time, then have to redo it. That just makes it so much better. Okay, so now that is good. Now this one should just be able to do the same thing. That looks pretty perfect. E again for straight. Except straight doesn't like these little ones. I have come to discover that it does not like the little ones. Okay, so now this is coming in and splitting that off and off. Okay. Oh, and the copy paste, it's so good too. What was I doing with this? Oh wait, I've done this all wrong. I need more because now I'm gonna do just those. Yep. Those are MK2. Okay, that's probably why. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah, because I need, that's what the 25 is for, and this is set to 25, right? Yeah, 25. 25 is what the rods are going to be. So I need to actually do, I can do 2 at 15 to 15, so I can do 2 at 12.5. Okay. And then those two can go into the 4. So that is going to have to go out that way a little bit more. So I do need to do this a little differently. Let's take that. Now that's in. Now we can do this. Okay, constructors. Man, I really dislike not having my those leg things you get that make you jump and move faster. Dang it! From used to get them from Caterium. I hope you still can. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Why did I do that? I didn't hit enter to finalize it. Okay. H. Well, that looks like it's in the middle. All right, now these should. Oh, okay. So the R is what I want to hit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, good. Rods, and that actually needs to be 12.5. Actually, I can do copy. And okay, hey, thanks a lot for stopping by, Wolf. Thanks for all your tips too, because honestly, I've needed them. Have a good one for sure. 12.5, 12.5. Okay, good. So now these can come together. Actually, these can just split out further. Yes. I don't need to bring them together. Okay. So I can bring this right back here. Okay, that can go that way and back. Ditto with this one. Okay. Now this can actually come here. Perfect. And then that one can go there. And that one can go there. All right, so now this will be that's R, correct? Yep. Nope. It was already on that one, so we want to do. That's there, that's there, that's there. Okay, perfect. And these are going to do screws, but at 25. Let's copy that, because now I can just go paste, paste. Oh, that's so good. Hi, honey, how you doing? All right. Good. This is everything set up correctly? Yes. Okay, now all that can go down. Now I just need the rods. And that's a lot easier because that will just be, I have that one set to 20. One smelter, two constructors. That's a lot easier. Okay. let's do... Wait, what was that? What did I accidentally hit with that? That was actually kind of cool. I wonder if it allows you to choose things, machines in a certain family. That would be really cool, actually. Okay, I'm just going to do that. And this is going to be set to 20. This will also be set to 20, just so it can run on less power. All right, and then that's going to split out into... Okay, now that is back as far as it can go, and it looks exactly centered. So that'll go here. Just make sure that's okay. Good, that's centered as well. Perfect. And these will just be rods at 10 each. Good thing about this, it uses a lot less power. Machines and resources are infinite, so that does make that easy. Now these can come together. You know, I am going to do this. Why is that? Oh, missing plates, really? Wow, okay. Let's go get some more plates. And then we can finish this build. Then I can turn all the power back on. And that should be fun. Because I don't want... Because that, if I'm going to be putting... That's actually going to have to come down here anyways. Because this is what I've got for the space elevator. The space elevator part needs this, right? Smart plating. Yes, that and that. 1 each, 2 per minute, so it needs 2 each. 2 per minute. I think that makes 4. And this currently makes... Oh, crap, I changed that recipe. Makes 5. So what I may do... That's an easy split, because I can just 50% that, put 50% into a container, let the other 50% come down, but this is more of a 2/3 needs to go into storage, so it's a little more awkward. So if I can put the final constructor right around here for that plate that's going into the space elevator, then what I can do is run one from here into that, and then let the balance kind of move through there. So as this one backs up with the 1/3 it needs, then this can just keep backing up and backing up. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So we can bring that down. Okay, I need plates. This is not them, right? This is... Nope, those are screws. I think these are actual rods, right? Yeah, rods. Take those, drop that off. We get a bunch more plates. These are the plates. I got tons of these. Leave that. Oh, yeah, I forgot I let this thing go, didn't I? How many did it make? This didn't burn through all of it, did it? No, but it's only got 4 left. Oh, 21, sorry, I was looking at that. That's not too bad. I think I put 50 in there. So let me actually quickly make biomass right here. All right, turn my camera off because I'm going to be eating a little bit. So forgive me. I'm mute my mic off and on while I'm eating as well. I will get back to this. Just a second, let me start making that. Hang up and finish that factory that we were working on up there, and then I can get the power turned back on so I can actually start supplying stuff to the space elevator so that we can actually move on and maybe get coal power and tier 2 miners, because that's really what I want to do right now. All right. So now this can go into here. And this can actually be... Okay, not what I wanted to do. There we go. All that. All that. Let me put some of this back in here. Let me actually get that out. That in here too. All right. As that is making, I'm gonna quickly eat something. So I'm just gonna be muted, but I will unmute this for a minute here and there just to check back in. In the meantime, let's take a look at beautiful night aurora borealis here in the world of Satisfactory. All right, let's go back over here. Let's get the other part of this factory made up now. Yeah, I think I was running out of plates. Yeah, that was it. So I'm gonna actually, wrong thing. rid of that. There's no more, right? I think so. Okay. Because now what we want to do is we actually want to bring this over more. Possibly even one more. Let's just do one more just in case. So we want the... Get rid of all this. We don't want that anyways, right? Our entire purpose here is to deforest this whole region. Rob it for its resources. That's the whole name of the game. Alright, so now for that too. So these will all come into one. And let's actually put our assembler maybe lined up with the last one here. Let's see. Let's just do that for now. Because we're gonna want mergers here. There we go. Let's do... Okay, all that's going into there, and these are all set, correct? Yes, what we need. And actually, these need to be higher. So let's do 3 and then E. There we go. Coming out, they don't need to be more, but going into this area, they definitely do. So they're going to total 100 when we're all done and said. When it's all done and said. So let's bring this one right. No, because what we want to do is we also want a merger here. Let's do that and bring it forward a little bit, obviously. I actually like that, just for the simple fact of that it's in the middle, like back and forth with the foundation. Let's do R. There we go. R won't be needed for here. Actually, R will be needed for right here. Okay, so there we go. Now that's going to go right in there. And this is going to make rotors. And this will be making, that's 120, and it's making 4, and we only need half. All right, now power. Okay. This is all kind of temporary anyways at this point. So
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project
Oh my
Assembly
gosh, I've been
orbital
muted this whole
platform.
time. This is
Project
unbelievable.
assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest.
Oh well.
This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united
really
undertaking
here
in human
listening, so-
history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you.
Thank
Do
you,
not
Ada.
let Fix-It down.
Thank you. All right. So now what we want to do is this, we want to bring over into here. So. All right. So that is the first one. Actually, let's see what they are, because we can just click on it anywhere. Yeah, it's just 50 smart plating for to unlock tier 3 and 4. Okay, perfect. And this is making 2 per minute. So it's going to be about 25 minutes once I actually get this all up and running, which is not actually bad at all. You can easily see that tier tonight. Let me go ahead and make sure how much I'm actually short on power. So I wasn't short on power before, but adding all of those machines, even though they're underclocked, we are still going to be short. So let me take all of those, sort 5. I don't quite have enough at 6. I thought I put some over here. 2, 3. Okay, good. I have plenty. All right. I have enough to put one in for everything. So actually what I want to do is cut that, because then these won't actually start making power until I actually rehook that back up. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's all of them, right? Okay, good. Now I can go like this. Let's see how much, after I hook this back up, I'm actually short. This kicks off everything. It should. Capacity is 180. Max is 210. Okay. It is gonna kick off. It's gonna kill. It's gonna die. As soon as those other ones up there kick in, because those are connected, right? Let me do picture mode. Yeah, those are coming in. The smelters are coming in. Yeah, that is going to definitely kick this off. So I'm almost positive in tier 3 and 4 I also can get coal, which means I can start doing stuff over there, and then I can stop making the smart plating as well, even though I need it for the tier after this as well. But I can actually temporarily stop it to stop a lot of that, some of that from working. Yeah, that. Capacity. Amount of power the grid can supply. Max. Let's see. What is not running? Why is that not running? Does that not have power? That will definitely push it over. If this does not have power, it does not. This is what will put it over, because this takes 15 and that will push it over. So Let's blow the whole grid. Let's listen to the grid blow. None of the rotors have even made it down here yet either, by the way. Let me actually make sure these are actually up here working. Ah, yes. Typical me. These ones now being on might actually push it over. Yep, it just did. Okay, so it was hitting 210. I'm at 180, and I think each one of those makes 30. Really need 2 more. This is now going absolutely nowhere, which I don't need to be happening either. So I was going to attempt to actually do all of this over here. And then I just decided not to. So let's actually get rid of all this rubbish too. All right, so these now can just go, this can just go into here. And that'll be just fine that way. Okay. Where can I split this off to? Dude, get off, man. Let's just do this. And we will do... Let's just do one. Yep. Okay. This one will be right there. This will be right here. That there, that there, and put that there. And then this will hook up to there. Now I have 200. Okay, so I can actually do this. $240 and $210. Okay, good. Now this can actually start working. Okay. So that is 4 per minute. So that means I have 100 will be 25 minutes. So I have 50 minutes of power sitting in there now based on this consumption right here. 4 per minute. And I had 200. So that should give me 2 hours. Yeah. No. No. 50 minutes. Yeah, not 2 hours, 50 minutes. Which is more than enough time to get that done. And that's really what I want to get done. So now, with that, I'm going to go out and get some more biomass. And I'm also going to go on a little trek to find some hard drives. Because I want to start scanning some hard drives. They are what is going to give us our additional recipes. I don't need... Actually, I may need that and that, but I don't need that. I'll take that and that. Don't need that. That. I will also take a few of these, maybe like 6, 7, 8. Maybe 10. Okay, and I do need some screws actually, because I want to make some rotors real quick as well. So let's do that. I need to go discover Caterium quite badly. Oh, I think there's stuff over here that are for screws actually. Nope, I put them away. Okay, good. Let's do rotors, and let's just do all of those. All right. See. Streaming, let me look here. Yeah, stream delayed. I don't have any. At least that's what it says. I don't have any built in, so it'll probably just be my internet at that point. Okay, let's go look for some. Honestly, I don't really remember where some are around here. We're looking for wreckages though. See any wreckages like that look like fix-it stuff, that is where we need to go. I think there is some up here though, if I remember right. In one of my playthroughs, I even built a whole steel factory right here using all of these nodes. All of these iron nodes. I think they're all impure though. Could be wrong. Yeah, impure. Impure. Impure and impure, yeah. And then I brought over some coal that's up there, over there. Made my steel pipes factory right there, I think, at one time. So, in one of the versions. Okay, where are you, dude? I don't see you. Where are you, mate? There you are. Okay, I'll get you. Why not? Give me good practice, right? Let's look for that wreckage. Could be getting a lot of wood from these trees. I can always come back up and get that though. I thought there was a crash up here. Somewhere close. That's the other node of limestone I'm using for my concrete. Let's see. I'm not sure where that is now. If it's even around here, actually. Because we're coming up on that huge pool of water I was talking about earlier with Wolf on stream, where I like to make my very large coal power factory is here, using all this water. And there's coal nodes down there that you can actually use as the power source as well. And I may just do that because this just feels way closer than all the way over there and trying to find water when there's so much water right here. But I am not sure where the wrecks are. It's been a while. Maybe they've even moved them. Quite possibly. I'll tell you what I don't want to run into right now are the large spiders. They are so ugly. Heinous, hideous. Is there a slime over here? Or a slug, I should say? Or is it just this? I think it's just that. Ooh, quartz. Of course. Let me see if I can actually get higher up and see if I can find... Oh, that looks kind of wicked over there, doesn't it? Let's see if we can actually build... Foundation, and let's have it zoom vertically. Then we can... Oh, that's why, okay. Let's zoom this down. And then we can, let's see if I can actually find what I'm looking for up here. Let's do a lookout tower. Get me kind of high up here. Let's see what we can see. Let's take a look. No, nothing there. May not be anything over here. Oh, there's one. Man, that is far away. Okay, let's take a look at just how far that is. Let's actually... Let's do that. Let's see if we can zoop that all the way over. I need to do... Okay. I should have enough of everything to get all the way over there. I generally don't like doing it this far away, but I haven't found anything else closer. I'll look as I go, though, to see what I can find. See if there's anything else. I am going to want to actually zoom up. Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to go anywhere near that, dude. So, let's do this. I wonder what's going to be over here waiting for us. Oh, another big one. Fantastic. Gotta do something right there too. Excellent. I think we're kind of safe. Because this is actually what we have to open. And there we go. Perfect. I only need that. Perfect. And then I can remotely
Damaged hard
get rid
drive
of
successfully
all of it.
acquired. All pioneers are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any
actually-
recovered hard drives for analysis in the MAM, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission.
Oh,
Speculation as to
whoa.
why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
One thing you do want to do is actually get some stuff that's lying on the ground. If you can. Like that is really good. That not so much. Just because they're generally very high value items that you can use in the in the sink, in the item sink. Early on in the game, you can do that to get a bunch of tickets. I wonder if there's anything else over there worth trying to get, but that guy shooting fireballs is really kind of scary. Anything else? That's just... No, that's just solid biofuel. I think I'll be good without doing that. So... just do this. And then I'll do that all at once. It's all gone. Do it again right here. I got one at least. I have been told it's not the best thing to get them and then actually use the recipe unless it's the one you are really searching for. And what am I searching for? Honestly, maybe try not to die. In game. I really would like the maybe bolted or stitched plates. Because they're such a pain early on to do. But you generally don't get great ones right away. But if you also don't choose them, I'll show you what I mean from what I was told. So if you don't get one that you like, you can always... Let me see if I can actually make a MAM right here. I can, okay. So what I'm talking about is in here, hard drives, right? Scan it. Takes 10 minutes, but a hard drive library right here. It'll show the ones that you have gotten, but not chosen. And as long as they're in that list, if they're crappy, that means the next one you get won't have that crappy one in the available pool because it's been recorded as being there, but you haven't chosen it. So you kind of have to, you don't have to actually sacrifice the hard drives, but you almost kind of do to like not get the crappy recipes and just let them sit there, because you can still get the recipe later on with this, you know, if that happens again where you manage to get the bad recipe, it can happen again. I don't think I want to go to single mode. I don't know why you would though. Let's get as much wood as we can while we're out. That is the one that translates to the most biomass overall is wood, and it's the easiest. It makes the most for the least amount of what you have to actually gather. area is this? Huh. What kind of space do I have? Oh, I got tons of space. Okay. $328 wood, that's good. Or 400 would be ideal. That one I think it is. That's a sloop. Mercury or some of that style. Or a super sloop. I'm not sure which one. Before what I've heard, they're actually guarded by stuff too, generally. Well, let's give it a whirl and see what might be up there. Let's do sloop. Oh, just sphere. Mercer sphere.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application.
All right, I shall do that. All right, so we got our first Mercer sphere. All right, what? That plating, I got 20 more. I would like to go out and try to find another hard drive too. I just honestly can't remember where they all are. Like I said, I'm not even sure if they've actually changed where they are. They might have. All right. That was you, huh? Yep. Impure. Okay. These are a little ways off too from the base. They're not exactly close. Oh, blue slug. I'll definitely take that. Anything else? Decide to jump to my death? No, I don't think so. Okay, good. Keep going. You can always see that from anywhere, basically, which is nice, as long as it's close to your base. Is it just one of you? Can't wait for my wampin stick. That makes it so much easier. Let me see. I've only done the rockets once, or the gun once. Oh, ooh, where are you? There you are. Come on. It's another slug over here. Gotta go grab that. I think this is right above my, yep, it's right above my factory. I did see this a while ago up here. Here's everything is still working. We got 34 out of 50, so that's something. Almost there, so we can unlock that. All this is going to be subject to change and being moved around. I slapped that together and that just to get the phase 1 done in the space elevator. Just because I want tier 3 and 4 unlocked for me to actually work with. I almost feel like looking up where some of the other hard drives might be, because I do want more than one. How much time is there still left on that hard drive? Some parkour. There we go. Let me check right here. do want... I know there's some K-Term around here somewhere too. Pretty close, or there used to be. How much time is left? 3 minutes. Okay. I still have that Mercer sphere that I have to research as well. And those... 4 of those. These will be great in the item sink. Which reminds me, what do I actually have? I actually have enough for all this. Almost. Let me... We'll get some more wire. And this is... Oh, those plates. I need more rods, right? Yeah. Then I can get the then I can get the item sink. I can actually put some stuff in it. Now this is getting kind of big. We may have to actually do this. There we go. All right, let's go. Do it. All right. Which button was that? No. There we go. That was it. Okay. Let's get that. That also takes power though too.
Milestone
so you don't
reached.
always
You
want
have
to
been
use that
given
right
access
away.
to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing
The awesome
universe
sink
more clearly.
is not cheap.
In appreciation of
Not
this, we
small.
have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics,
How'd
parts,
that
and
affect the
more.
power?
Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
There we go. Go awesome. Gotta love that. Okay, so let's actually do... Actually, do 2. I'm gonna put this in. These 44 plates. Oh, come on! Really? You know what? I'm just going to... The man is done. Going to just... I'm just gonna hook this up to this and let that run, because I want to see how many tickets. Okay, no, oh yeah, I gotta flip the breaker inside these again. And then we'll see what I actually get. It's not giving me very many. I'm kind of disappointed. Steel is not giving me nearly that much. Only 6, huh? 7. Okay. So now we can just... Well, actually, I'll do this. I'll get that out, and then I will take that down. All right, good. And now this is done. Let's take a look at what we got. Okay. Alternate
Hard drive
going to-
analysis completed.
Okay.
Alternative recipe selection available in the MAM.
This is so good, but I don't remember how good that bolted frame is. Let me actually do... Modular, I thought it was machine, okay. It's normally that. Okay. Does 2 per minute, so it needs 24 and 6, and it makes 2. Wait. It takes 60 seconds. Okay. 12. This just seems like an extra step. It makes a lot more though. This is good. I love this, but oh. So if you don't choose one and leave it in there, now I won't get either one of those again. Which is good, you know? Actually, I don't want the awesome sink. I want the awesome shop. Oh, I need more screws. Okay. 46. As soon as that hits 50, I'm essentially going to shut this thing off. By cutting these two things off. It's already kind of backing up in there. Okay, this is going kind of slow, but you know, it is what it is. Come on, come on. 49. Oh, could the other one already be on its way? Oh, it is. Okay, good. So now what I want to do is shut that off. Grab those out. Just so that I don't waste anything with this right now, and these can just continue to build up in their two respective things. Now I can actually come over here. If I could get up there, of course I can't. I need to go get my boots, my legs. All right. Completed. Okay. We want to do this. Let's see. Let's undo that. Sun is coming up. Let's go ahead and seal. Oh, I love this.
Welcome to the Project Assembly
Okay.
Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become
That's what we
available
want,
in the
automated
hub.
power.
Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of project assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better fix-it future.
Love that last bit. Exploit for a better future. All right, let's go ahead and send it. And then we can just look up. I love this where it pushes it up and then you actually see it kind of start to build out. I've only seen this a couple times. That is cool. I love how you actually see it being built out. That is so cool.
Phase 1 of project assembly completed. This is only the beginning of project assembly, the first step towards saving the day.
So cool.
You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of project assembly.
All right. Phase 2. That is where we'll pick up our next stream. Starting to automate that. So with that, I'm going to thank everyone who stopped by tonight. I'm going to be posting this whole stream up to my YouTube channel if you want to watch it in entirety, or on the VODs here on Twitch. So yeah, I'll be streaming this maybe a day or two this week, and then definitely over next weekend as well. I play other games other days of the week. You can see in my schedule. And then, yeah, if you like what you see, if you want to follow, that'd be great. If not, you can go ahead and join me or watch it on the VODs later. Right. Again, thanks to everyone who stopped by, and we will see you guys later. Have a good one.